Hey, it's Jason with more insights and strategy, and I'm here to talk a little bit about the announcements today that were launched at AWS Summit here in New York. I'm at the show, and I wanted to kind of give you my top three hits. So the first is a kind of a follow-on to a piece of research. We did it more a couple months ago, and you can get that research at moreinsightstrategy.com, and that's about Amazon Q. Amazon Q is a set of services designed to accelerate and automate business processes, and they have different personas. So the first one I'll talk about is actually Q Developer, which is a code assistant type of tool. But Amazon today announced actually that they now have a capability underneath the Q applications that allows for collaborative agents. So agents can actually begin to share data amongst each other and work together. And in the case for Q Developer, what they're doing is you can actually build an entire development plan. So not just code, but actually put in, this is the type of application I want to build, and it'll build you a test plan, it'll build you the code, and it'll also give you some ideas on how to get started on doc and really kind of put the whole chain together so you can look at the project in total instead of just the coding bits. So that's very cool, and it's a really new type of capability in terms of how agents can now hand things off to each other. Second is actually also Q related. Q now has a set of assistants built into the Sage data scientist and ML tool set. That tool set gets a lot of use around the world in a lot of different applications and companies already. And now having Q built into it should help people adapt and begin to do these types of projects easier. As somebody who just finished a class on no code ML and AI, I could tell you I probably needed that assistant as I progressed through the class. It's if you don't really know the space very well, this would be a great way to get started. Third is actually, like I said, underneath the Q services, there are a whole slew of other services that Amazon offers, which are built around helping people build their own AI applications. And kind of the core piece of that is something called Bedrock, which is an API that allows you to write a consistent programmatic interface against multiple LLMs. So you can kind of pick and choose the LLMs you want. One of the cool new features of Bedrock is actually the fact that it will build you a recommendation of which LLM to use based on the app you want when you put in some information for it. So it's kind of a recommendation engine for LLMs. That's very cool for developers. But to take it even beyond that is that they've now extended kind of the Bedrock idea and are building other discrete services for LLMs that are transposable across LLMs. The big one I thought was guardrails. So the idea is that now you could actually begin to build a consistent set of guardrails and share them across LLMs. And guardrails are usually used for things like safety or harmful words or kind of putting things into certain parameters to protect the end user from getting the wrong information. That also includes saying, hey, do not include this type of proprietary company information to come back through a chatbot or something like that. But you can actually take guardrails a lot further in terms of being able to put in other types of content in terms of like brand consistency or even starting to come up with some personalization ideas for different countries. So guardrails is a pretty cool concept. But what's super cool about it is, again, it's extracted from the LLM and now it can be used across LLMs through the Bedrock model, or Bedrock API, I should say. And they also now have a guardrails API, which allows you to actually build an AI-based application and not have to do it all in Amazon, and you can still use the guardrail feature if you built it in-house through their own API. So there's a lot of really great stuff going on. I think Amazon's being very forward-thinking at this layer of the AI stack where they're starting to extract services and make them available across not only other LLMs that Amazon can host for you, but also LLMs outside of the Amazon ecosystem, so you can really start to develop a compelling set of enterprise AI services that can be used across a wide range of different AI technologies. Which is good because this is a fast-moving space, and there's a lot of things going on, and every month there's something new coming out, and you might want to switch or make a change based on all sorts of considerations. Anyways, it's been a great show. There's a lot of great news. I expect you'll be hearing a lot more from me in terms of research on some of these topics because I find them very interesting, and I think Amazon's really onto something with some of these ideas. All right, that's it. Have a good one.